In an administration making waves for its Catholic representation, President Trump has assembled a cabinet deeply influenced by faith. Let's examine the leaders and their spiritual journeys shaping this legacy. Number 1. Sean Duffy, Secretary of Transportation nominee, offers us a profound glimpse into the beauty of a faith-filled life. Raised in a Catholic family in Hayward, Wisconsin, as one of 11 children, Duffy's upbringing embodies the Catholic teaching that family is a domestic church, a sacred space where the seeds of faith are sown and nurtured. As Psalm 127, 3-5 reminds us, children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from Him. Like arrows in the hands of a warrior, are children born in one's youth. Sean Duffy's life mirrors this truth. Attending St. Mary's University in Minnesota, he pursued a degree in marketing and later earned a Juris Doctor from William Mitchell College of Law. It was during his time in public life, particularly on the reality TV series The Real World Boston, that he met Rachel Campos, a fellow Catholic and advocate of family values. Their shared commitment to faith and family is not just personal, but deeply sacramental, expressed through rituals such as attending Mass, nightly prayers, and celebrating the liturgical seasons. The Duffy family's 9 children are a testament to their openness to life and trust in God's providence. Rachel once said that these practices were central to creating a home centered on Christ. Sean echoes this, stating, "Every baby we've had has been a gift from God and has come from blessings, and so we take every gift we're given." His words align beautifully with Catholic teaching on the sanctity of life and the vocation of parenting. Sean's career trajectory has been deeply influenced by his values. In 2002, he was appointed District Attorney of Ashland County, Wisconsin, where he served until 2010. His entry into Congress that year during the Red Wave was marked by his commitment to pro-life advocacy and family-centered policies. These values continued to guide his decisions, including his choice to step away from public office in 2019 to prioritize the health and well-being of his family. After leaving Congress, Sean Duffy took on a new role as a commentator on Fox News, where he provided insights grounded in his Catholic worldview. In 2023, he co-hosted The Bottom Line on Fox Business Network, further expanding his platform. Now, as the nominee for Secretary of Transportation under President-elect Donald Trump's administration, Duffy's journey reflects not only professional success, but also a life rooted in faith and family. As we reflect on Sean Duffy's journey, let us also consider our own. How are we nurturing the domestic church within our homes? How are we participating in the sacraments and passing on the faith to the next generation? Inspired by the Duffy family, may we recommit to living a life of faith, hope, and love, trusting that every blessing comes from the hand of God. Number 2, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., born on January 17, 1954, is an American attorney, environmental activist, author, and politician. As the son of the late Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy and the nephew of President John F. Kennedy, he grew up in a family renowned for its political legacy and deep Catholic faith. Kennedy Jr. is a devout Catholic who has always viewed his faith as the cornerstone of his life and values. He once shared, "The centerpiece of our lives growing up was Catholicism. We said the rosary at least once a day, oftentimes 3 times a day. We prayed before and after every meal. We read the Bible every night. We read the lives of the saints. We went to church sometimes twice a day." For him, faith was not merely a family tradition, but a way of life, an unshakable foundation that inspired his actions. His admiration for St. Francis of Assisi, whom he considers his patron saint and role model, is a testament to this. St. Francis's unwavering commitment to social justice, care for the poor, advocacy for animal welfare, and protection of the environment have deeply influenced Kennedy's worldview and actions. In 2004, Kennedy published St. Francis of Assisi, A Life of Joy. This book is not merely a biography of the saint, but an invitation for readers to adopt a faith-driven approach to life. For Kennedy, emulating St. Francis's example is not just about admiration, but living out those principles in a world in dire need of change. Kennedy Jr. has dedicated much of his career to environmental advocacy. As the co-founder and chairman of the Waterkeeper Alliance, he leads a global movement aimed at protecting clean water sources. He has also worked with the Natural Resources Defense Council, NRDC, where he spearheaded campaigns and lawsuits against corporations polluting water and air resources. He is also well known for his strong and at times controversial opinions, particularly regarding public health and vaccine policies. Kennedy believes in prioritizing transparency and individual freedoms in all health-related policies. In 2023, he announced his candidacy for the 2024 US presidential election as an independent, with a campaign focused on environmental protection, political reform, and individual rights. As a potential nominee for the position of Secretary of Health and Human Services, Kennedy brings a vision deeply influenced by his Catholic faith. He continues to advocate for a more just world where moral values, compassion, and responsibility take center stage. Today, Kennedy lives with his wife, actress Cheryl Hines, and has 6 children from previous marriages. He remains not only a dedicated leader but also a passionate Catholic, committed to bringing faith into action to improve the lives of others. Number 3. J.D. Vance, whose full name is James David Vance, is an American politician, venture capitalist, and author. He is now the Vice President-elect of the United States, serving alongside President Donald Trump in his second term, 2025 to 2029. Born on August 2, 1984, Vance grew up in a working-class family in Appalachia, Ohio, a region heavily influenced by the Scots-Irish Protestant culture. He gained national recognition with his memoir Hillbilly Elegy, 2016, which recounts his journey of overcoming the struggles of America's working class and his search for meaning in life. Although raised in a predominantly Protestant cultural environment, Vance's childhood was not marked by strong religious devotion. He was never baptized as a child and rarely attended church services. However, as Vance himself has noted, the grace of God is always at work, even in circumstances we least expect. Vance's journey of faith began with seemingly incidental conversations with Dominican friars, which eventually led him to a deeper exploration of the Catholic faith. In August 2019 at St. Gertrude Priory in Cincinnati, Vance was baptized by Father Henry Stephan, a Dominican priest. In that moment, he not only received the sacrament of baptism, but also entered the Catholic community with a heart open to learning and discovering the truth. A particularly significant moment in his faith journey was his decision to choose Saint Augustine as his patron saint. Vance saw in Augustine a kindred spirit, someone who shared a deep intellectual quest and an unrelenting search for truth. Through Augustine's works, Vance found a profound synthesis of reason and faith, something he believes only the Catholic faith can fully articulate. Vance also emphasizes that no one journeys in faith alone. He credits the guidance of the Dominican friars, the Catholic community, and the teachings of the Church for helping him recognize God's presence and love in his life. This experience has deeply influenced not only his spiritual life, but also his political career, where he strives to uphold values of justice, truth, and service to the common good. From a child in Appalachia facing family instability to a best-selling author and now Vice President-elect, J.D. Vance's story is a testament to the power of perseverance, faith, and the grace of God. His story also poses a meaningful question for all of us. How can the Catholic faith answer the deepest questions of your life? And are you open to letting God guide you on your own journey? Number 4. Marco Antonio Rubio, born on May 28, 1971, in Miami, Florida, is an American politician, lawyer, and public servant. Currently serving as the U.S. Secretary of State under President Donald Trump's second term, 2025 to 2029, Rubio's story is one of resilience, faith, and dedication to public service. Rubio's parents, Mario Rubio Reina and Oriales Garcia, emigrated from Cuba to the United States in 1956, seeking a better life for their family. Initially settling in Miami, the family later moved to Las Vegas, where Rubio's father worked as a bartender and his mother as a hotel maid. Rubio's upbringing was defined by the values of hard work, sacrifice, and gratitude instilled by his parents, who believed in the promise of the American dream. Rubio's life has been marked by a profound spiritual journey, reflecting both the complexities and beauty of faith. Born into a Catholic family, his early years were influenced by his parents' beliefs. However, during their time in Las Vegas, his family joined the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and from ages 8 to 11, Rubio explored Mormon teachings. In 1984, Rubio returned to his Catholic roots, receiving his First Communion, a transformative moment that deepened his personal connection to the faith. A year later, the family moved back to Miami, where Rubio began a new chapter in his life. Today, he worships at the Church of the Little Flower in Coral Gables, Florida, a community where his faith continues to flourish. In a 2008 speech, Rubio's deep convictions about God were evident when he proclaimed, "God is real. I don't care what courts around the country say. I don't care what laws we pass. God is real. You can't pass a court ruling that is going to keep God out of the building. You just can't." These words not only highlight his unwavering belief, but also underscore his commitment to religious liberty as a cornerstone of his public life. Rubio's faith is not a cultural relic, but a central, living aspect of his identity. During his 2016 presidential campaign, he spoke passionately about Catholic theology and doctrine, illustrating how his faith is an integral lens through which he views the world. His journey mirrors the broader narrative of Catholicism in America, its struggles, its resilience, and its vital role in shaping values within a pluralistic society. Rubio began his political career in 2000 when he was elected to the Florida House of Representatives, representing the 111th District. From 2006 to 2008, he served as Speaker of the Florida House. In 2010, he was elected to the U.S. Senate, representing Florida, and was re-elected in 2016 and 2022. Known for his strong stances on foreign policy, particularly regarding China, Russia, and Iran, Rubio has consistently advocated for a robust and principled U.S. presence on the global stage. In November 2024, Rubio was nominated by President Donald Trump to serve as Secretary of State, and he was confirmed by the Senate in January 2025. As Secretary of State, Rubio is committed to promoting American interests abroad while upholding human rights, religious freedom, and democracy. Rubio is married to Jeanette Deuce-Davis, a former Miami Dolphins cheerleader. The couple has 4 children and resides in West Miami, Florida. While his early life included a period of spiritual exploration, today Rubio is a devout Catholic whose faith guides his personal and public decisions. From a son of Cuban immigrants to a leading figure in American politics, Marco Rubio embodies the American dream. His spiritual journey and dedication to public service inspire many, reminding us that faith and perseverance can shape not only individual lives, but also the course of a nation. Number 5. Elise Marie Stefanik, born on July 2, 1984 in Albany, New York, is an American politician of Italian and Czech descent. She has become a prominent figure in U.S. politics, known for her rapid rise and dynamic leadership within the Republican Party. A graduate of Harvard University with a degree in government in 2006, Stefanik began her career in public service by working for the Domestic Policy Council, and the office of the Chief of Staff under President George W. Bush. In 2014, at the age of 30, Stefanik was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, representing New York's 21st Congressional District. This achievement made her the youngest woman ever elected to Congress at the time. Representing the rural northeastern corner of New York, Stefanik has built a reputation as a committed advocate for her constituents, balancing their diverse perspectives with her own convictions. Of Italian and Czech descent, she carries a rich Catholic heritage, though her public expressions of faith have been sparse. Her story raises a fascinating question. How does a Catholic leader navigate the complexities of public service while staying rooted in their faith? Stefanik's voting record reflects a dynamic approach to policymaking. She has earned an A+ pro-life rating, demonstrating a strong commitment to the sanctity of life, a value at the heart of Catholic teaching. At the same time, her support for legislation codifying same-sex marriage into federal law, a measure opposed by the U.S. bishops, invites reflection on the challenges of representing a diverse constituency while remaining true to Catholic principles. Little is publicly known about Stefanik's personal journey of faith. Yet, as Catholics, we are called to approach her story with charity and hope, praying for her continued growth in faith and understanding. Her path as a public servant offers a powerful reminder. Being a Catholic in leadership is not about perfection, but about striving to align one's decisions with the truth of Christ. After being re-elected in 2024, Stefanik was nominated by President Donald Trump to serve as the United States Ambassador to the United Nations, a role that positions her at the forefront of international diplomacy. She has pledged to advance an America First agenda at the UN, including reassessing U.S. funding for certain agencies and advocating for national sovereignty and human rights. This appointment reflects her growing influence within the Republican Party, where she served as chair of the House Republican Conference from 2021 to 2025. Stefanik's rise to prominence within the party was marked by her staunch defense of Donald Trump during his impeachment trials and her support for his policies. Originally viewed as a moderate Republican, she has shifted towards stronger alignment with Trump's agenda, which has solidified her status as a key player in the GOP. Her political career has not been without controversy, but it underscores her ability to navigate the complex landscape of modern American politics. Elise Stefanik married Matthew Mander in 2017, and they have one child together. They currently reside in Schuylerville, New York. Despite limited public discussion of her faith, her Catholic upbringing continues to influence her values and perspectives. Stefanik's journey invites us to consider how we, too, integrate our faith into our decisions, whether in public roles or in the quiet moments of daily life. Let us pray for her and all Catholic leaders that they may have the wisdom to lead with both courage and humility. From a young congressional trailblazer to a key player on the international stage, Elise Stefanik exemplifies the complexities and opportunities of leadership in the modern era. Her life serves as a testament to the importance of perseverance, faith, and the ability to adapt while staying true to one's principles. Number 6. Linda Marie McMahon, born on October 4, 1948 in New Bern, North Carolina, is a prominent American businesswoman, philanthropist, and politician. Known for her significant role in co-founding and leading World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, with her husband Vince McMahon, Linda transformed the company from a regional wrestling promotion into a global entertainment powerhouse. Raised in a conservative Baptist family, Linda's faith journey took a significant turn later in life when she converted to Roman Catholicism. This transition was marked by a deep engagement with the teachings of the Church, which have since become a guiding force in her personal and professional decisions. Her Catholic faith reflects a profound commitment to principles such as service, compassion, and education, hallmarks of the Church's mission. While public statements about her faith are rare, Her actions consistently demonstrate these values. For example, her approach to education policy reflects a respect for human dignity and a dedication to nurturing individual potential, ideals deeply rooted in Catholic social teaching. Linda graduated from East Carolina University with a bachelor's degree in arts. After marrying Vince McMahon in 1966, the couple founded Titan Sports, the predecessor of WWE, in 1980. Under Linda's leadership, WWE grew into a global entertainment empire, showcasing her visionary business acumen and ability to innovate. In 2009, Linda transitioned from the private sector to public service, leaving WWE to pursue a career in politics. She ran twice for the U.S. Senate from Connecticut in 2010 and 2012, though she was unsuccessful in both bids. From 2017 to 2019, Linda served as administrator of the U.S. Small Business Administration under President Donald Trump, where she focused on fostering economic growth and supporting small business owners across the country. In November 2024, President Trump nominated Linda McMahon as Secretary of Education for his second term. This appointment highlights her dedication to creating policies that emphasize opportunity and personal growth, consistent with her Catholic values. As a leader, Linda embodies the Church's emphasis on stewardship and responsibility, aligning her work with its call to support the common good and promote justice. Beyond her political and business achievements, Linda's Catholic faith has profoundly influenced her personal life, fostering a shared sense of purpose and moral grounding within her family. Married to Vince McMahon, the couple has 2 children, Shane and Stephanie, both of whom have played key roles in WWE. Linda's spiritual journey from her Baptist roots to a vibrant Catholic faith is a testament to the transformative power of belief. Her story inspires those around her, exemplifying the balance between professional ambition and personal conviction. By integrating her faith into her leadership and policymaking, she continues to champion values of service, education, and compassion, leaving a lasting impact on both the public and private sectors. Number 7. Thomas Douglas Homan, born on November 28, 1961, in West Carthage, New York, is a prominent law enforcement officer, author, and political commentator. Known for his role as a staunch advocate for border security, Homan has spent over 3 decades working in immigration enforcement and policy, becoming a key figure in the debate over U.S. border policy. Homan grew up in a conservative Catholic family as one of 7 children in upstate New York. His upbringing was deeply rooted in faith, family, and responsibility. In his book, he wrote, "Our upbringing was very conservative and very Catholic. We went to Mass every Sunday and sat in the same pew every time. God helped anyone who arrived before us and sat in our seats." These experiences laid the foundation for his moral values, which continue to guide his approach to public service. Homan began his law enforcement career in 1983 as a police officer in his hometown and later joined the Immigration and Naturalization Service, INS, in 1984. Over the years, he held various roles, including Border Patrol agent, investigator, and supervisor. After the establishment of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, IC, in 2003, he rose through the ranks, eventually becoming Executive Associate Director for Enforcement and Removal Operations in 2013 under President Barack Obama. In 2015, he was awarded the Presidential Rank Award for his exceptional contributions to immigration enforcement. In January 2017, President Donald Trump appointed Homan as acting director of ICE. During his tenure, Homan became a vocal proponent of strict immigration enforcement policies, opposing sanctuary cities and advocating for the controversial zero-tolerance policy, which resulted in the separation of families at the border. While his approach garnered significant support among immigration hardliners, it also drew criticism from human rights advocates. Hohmann's perspective on border security blends humanitarian concerns with strict enforcement. He believes that securing borders is not only about upholding the law, but also about preventing tragedies, such as the exploitation and suffering endured by migrants. As a Catholic, he views his role as both an enforcer of laws and a defender of life and dignity. He has frequently spoken about the heartbreaking realities he has witnessed at the border, which have shaped his balanced approach, one that seeks to combine firm enforcement with compassion for the vulnerable. In November 2024, President-elect Donald Trump announced Hohmann's nomination as the border czar for his second administration. In this role, Hohmann is expected to oversee immigration enforcement and border security, including controversial plans to expand deportations using provisions from the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. His vision for border policy is deeply influenced by his faith and moral convictions. Hohmann has stated that protecting borders is not just about maintaining order, but also about safeguarding human life and societal integrity. Reflecting on his Catholic roots, Hohmann recalls how faith and family shaped his worldview. "We always sat in the same pew at church, and it was part of the order and belief we upheld." This grounding inspires his public service, emphasizing the need to align law enforcement with compassion and justice. For Hohmann, borders are not merely geographical lines, but places where faith meets reality, where love must confront responsibility. Beyond his government roles, Hohmann has been an active voice in the public sphere, contributing to Fox News and participating in congressional hearings to defend strong border policies. His balanced approach, rooted in Catholic social teaching, exemplifies a commitment to uphold both the rule of law and the dignity of the vulnerable. Hohmann's journey from a child in rural upstate New York attending Sunday Mass with his family to a leader in U.S. immigration policy reflects the intersection of faith, responsibility, and public service. His work stands as a testament to the belief that law and compassion can and must coexist, offering a vision of border policy shaped by justice, mercy, and a steadfast commitment to the common good. Number 8. John Lee Ratcliffe, born on October 20, 1965 in Mount Prospect, Illinois, is an American politician, lawyer, and public servant who has held some of the most critical roles in the U.S. intelligence and political landscape. A nominee for CIA director under President Donald Trump's second term, Ratcliffe's journey exemplifies the intersection of faith, leadership, and public service. Ratcliffe began shaping his worldview at the University of Notre Dame, a bastion of Catholic tradition and intellectual rigor, where he graduated in 1987 with a Bachelor of Arts in Government and International Studies. Notre Dame is not just an academic institution, but also a symbol of faith intertwined with action, encouraging students to let their Catholic beliefs inform their vocation and purpose. Though Ratcliffe hasn't publicly emphasized his Catholic faith throughout his political career, his education at Notre Dame likely played a quiet yet profound role in forming his values and leadership style. His experience at Notre Dame represents an environment where faith and reason harmoniously intersect, a foundational influence that subtly informs his work and decision-making. After earning his law degree from Southern Methodist University in 1989, Ratcliffe began his career as a prosecutor and eventually transitioned to public service. From 2004 to 2012, he served as mayor of Heath, Texas, and held the role of acting U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Texas from 2007 to 2008. In 2014, he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, representing Texas's 4th Congressional District, where he built a reputation as one of the most conservative members of Congress and a staunch ally of President Trump. In May 2020, Ratcliffe was confirmed as Director of National Intelligence, DNI, overseeing the nation's intelligence agencies during a time of significant global challenges, including the COVID-19 pandemic and concerns over foreign election interference. He served in this role until January 2021, earning recognition for his decisive leadership and commitment to safeguarding national security. In November 2024, President-elect Trump announced Ratcliffe as his nominee for CIA Director. Confirmed by the Senate in January 2025, Ratcliffe became the first individual to serve as both DNI and CIA Director. His tenure is marked by a focus on strengthening intelligence operations, addressing emerging threats, and maintaining the integrity of U.S. national security efforts. Ratcliffe's life and career invite reflection on the role of faith in the public sphere. While he has not openly emphasized his Catholic faith in political discourse, his principles and decision-making bear the hallmarks of a foundation rooted in Catholic tradition. Jesus' words in Luke 12:48, "To whom much is given, much will be required," resonate with Ratcliffe's journey, reminding us of the weight of responsibility that comes with leadership. Beyond his public roles, Ratcliffe is married to Michelle Addington, with whom he has 2 daughters. Known for his unwavering commitment to conservative principles and his support of President Trump's policies, Ratcliffe continues to serve as a key figure in shaping the direction of U.S. intelligence and national security. His story, from the hallowed halls of Notre Dame to the highest levels of government, serves as a testament to the enduring influence of faith, education, and service. Ratcliffe's life challenges us to consider how our own beliefs inform our responsibilities and contributions to the world. Number 9. Caroline Clare Levitt, born on August 24, 1997, in Atkinson, New Hampshire, is an American politician and communications professional whose story is deeply rooted in faith, perseverance, and public service. Known for becoming the youngest White House press secretary in U.S. history, her journey is a testament to the transformative power of faith and determination. Growing up in a devout Catholic family, Caroline learned early the values of discipline, community, and trust in God. Her parents worked tirelessly to send her to Central Catholic High School in Lawrence, Massachusetts, where she deepened her relationship with God and discovered a passion for giving back and serving others. Reflecting on her upbringing, Carolina has often credited her parents' sacrifices and her Catholic education for shaping her character and instilling in her a strong moral foundation. Her journey continued at St. Anselm College in New Hampshire, where she pursued higher education in a Catholic environment. It was here that her faith became an anchor, steadying her through challenges and inspiring her vision for public service. At St. Anselm, she not only excelled academically, but also developed the communication skills and leadership qualities that would define her career. Carolina's professional career began with an internship at Fox News, where she gained experience in media and communications. After graduating, she joined the White House under President Donald Trump as an assistant press secretary and presidential speechwriter from 2019 to 2021. Her skill and determination earned her recognition as a rising star in political communication. In 2022, Caroline ran for Congress in New Hampshire's 1st congressional district, becoming the first Generation Z candidate to secure the Republican nomination for a House seat. Although she narrowly lost the general election, her campaign showcased her resilience and ability to connect with voters. In January 2024, Caroline was appointed National Press Secretary for Donald Trump's 2024 presidential campaign. Known for her sharp communication skills and confident demeanor, she became a prominent face of the campaign, appearing frequently on national television to articulate Trump's platform. Her efforts culminated in her appointment as White House Press Secretary following Trump's victory in the 2024 election. At just 27 years old, she made history as the youngest person to ever hold the position. Now, as she navigates the immense pressures of leadership with a global audience hanging on her every word, Caroline continues to lean on her faith for strength and grace. In her role as press secretary, she carries the lessons of faith, discipline, and service instilled in her from a young age. Her story reflects the wisdom of Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. This verse, she often shares, serves as a guiding principle in her life and career. Caroline's success is a testament to the power of faith, reminding us that with God at the center, even the youngest among us can achieve extraordinary things. Her journey, from her Catholic upbringing in New Hampshire to the podium of the White House, inspires those around her to trust in their faith and embrace the call to serve others. Beyond her professional achievements, Caroline is married and has one son. She continues to balance her demanding career with her commitment to family, embodying the values of service, perseverance, and faith in every aspect of her life. The new Trump cabinet could bring notable impacts on Catholic communities. To analyze this, it's essential to examine key aspects of Trump's views, his team, and policies related to Catholic values and interests. On ethical and social issues, the cabinet may continue advancing pro-life policies, opposing abortion, and strengthening laws restricting it, aligning with the teachings of the Catholic Church. Moves such as appointing judges to the Supreme Court could solidify a pro-life stance in the long term. Additionally, the cabinet may support traditional values regarding family and marriage, resonating with Catholic principles, potentially garnering stronger support from Catholics. In terms of immigration and refugee policies, the Catholic Church often advocates for the welfare of migrants and refugees, rooted in charity and responsibility toward the poor and vulnerable. However, Trump's strict immigration policies may create tension with Catholic organizations that aid immigrants. This could lead to divisions within the Catholic community between those who support border security measures and those prioritizing compassion for refugees. Religious freedom is another area where the new cabinet might bolster protections, ensuring the right to practice faith publicly and organizationally. This would be particularly welcomed by the Catholic community, especially in contentious matters such as requirements to provide abortion services or contraceptives in Catholic institutions. Regarding Catholic education, Trump's policies supporting educational vouchers or funding for private and religious schools, including Catholic ones, could strengthen Catholic education systems. This would enable more families to access faith-based education. The role of Catholic leaders in the cabinet could further highlight the presence of Catholic faith in politics and policymaking. These individuals often bring a Catholic perspective to national decisions, emphasizing the moral and ethical dimensions of governance. In conclusion, the new Trump cabinet could positively impact the Catholic community in areas like religious freedom, pro-life advocacy, and education. However, its immigration policies could provoke controversy, particularly with Catholic organizations dedicated to aiding migrants and refugees. Thank you for watching. If this story resonates with you and you'd like to hear more about how faith shapes our world, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join our community here at Compatibility World. Together, let's explore the power of faith, values, and purpose. Subscribe now and be part of the journey.